welcome to the vlog. I'm going to keep this one nice and short. I just want to talk to you about my expectations for next week's Plogging World Championships. But now I'm on the hunt for plastic water bottles. Okay, let's chat. I can't believe how many bottles I've got. So one of the great things about plogging very specific things, so not just picking up every piece of trash, but picking up specific items like single-use plastic drink bottles, is it gives you a real perspective over how much is on the ground. I didn't realise that even with the deposit system, there's still so much. I've got a full bag and I've got these two bags as well, and I'm only 10 kilometres in, which is, it's shocking. I didn't realise there were so many. I know that some other ploggers have been talking about, yeah, there's still a lot of bottles on the ground, and you know, I picked these up. I just don't realise it until you do something that's a bit more focused. So it's a really good idea to sort of just focus on one piece of trash, and it gives you a chance to run more and not having to bend down and pick up trash all the time. So it's a really good method of plogging that I like to use every now and then. Anyway, so let's talk about the Plogging World Championships next week. This time next week I will have completed the race. So the race would have happened, and what happens is the next day they will announce the results. So let me talk about what I know so far and what my plan is and what my hopes and my goals are, etc. So from my understanding, don't quote me on this, I'll probably give you more details on Instagram as I find them out and sort of research it, but I think you get points for the distance you run, the altitude that you do, so sort of the meters climbed, and also the amount of trash you get. And I think they base the trash on the amount of CO2 offset. So yeah, plastic has a different sort of reference to metal, to aluminium, etc. So they've kind of got a scale of how they do that. So I think that's how it works, but I think sort of it's heavily based towards your offset that you do. So with that in mind, yeah, if you find something huge like a couple of car tires, then I think you're in a good chance of winning. I think they've changed the rules this year, in as much as, from what I read, I think you can only have 2 pieces outside of your bags. They give you something like 2 bags, and what they will then do is say you can also have 2 extra items. So I'm kind of hoping I can find a fridge. So that's my hope, because then that would be one item that sort of crushes it. So I want a fridge and I want a kitchen sink. So those are the 2 items I want to carry. So how does it work? Well, what happens is you start at 9 o'clock in the morning, and the race goes on until I think 5 o'clock in the afternoon. It's not over who goes up first over the line or anything. You've just got to make sure you carry all your trash over the line before 5 o'clock. And I think they sort of try and do it so that everyone does it at the same time. So it's this nice procession of people carrying huge amounts of trash over the finish line. So I think that's just spectacular. I'll link below to last year's event, so it gives you a bit more insights. So I think they've changed the rule in terms of the amount of extra trash you can do. But yeah, so you've got 2 bags I think you can fill up. So that's a long time. Yeah, that's from 9 in the morning till 5 o'clock in the afternoon. That's 8 hours, if I calculate that right. So that's sort of 8 hours of running and things like that. So, and I think they're expecting you to get around 1,000 meters of climbing, which is for me going to be a bit of a challenge living in the Netherlands. which is why I did those steps earlier on. But it should be quite fun. Yeah, I'm quite used to the long distance. That doesn't bother me at all. So yeah, if I can get sort of 50 kilometers in, then I'm sort of quite happy to sort of do that. The other thing you can do is you don't have to carry the trash with you the whole time. I think you can sort of drop it off and then pick it up. You put your name on it, put it on the side of the road or something like that, and then you can pick it up on the way back. I think that's how it works. So I think that makes it a little bit easier. So when you do sort of the main running part, because if you look at the film that they did, you see people running just without bags. So I think they've just sort of gone off and done a trail run. So I'm sort of kind of excited about that. In terms of shoes, I've got my Calderas on. And I was so excited to get these from Brooks because they are just so comfortable. They're so wide. So it's such a wide foot base that I think they're going to be sort of just perfect for stability and also going on the trails. Obviously it's a trail shoe, but they're really comfortable on the road. So I'm doing road running now at the moment, and I just want to sort of get a sort of a decent run in them on the road just to make sure they're okay. And yeah, they're just such a great shoe. I think it's actually the best Brooks shoe they've ever made. I'll be as bold as to say that. So I just love these ones. So just hats off to them. So stable, perfect for plogging. So I'm going to be using those shoes. I'm also going to be using this rucksack, although I've got a more bright yellow one. I think that's going to be a bit more visual. So I've got the Run Visible collection one of this. So that's such a good rucksack, and it's not to put trash in, it's to put everything you need. I think it's going to be rainy on the day, so I'm going to be sort of just taking rain jackets, things like that. So this is the rucksack I'm going to be using with water in the front and things like that. I'm also going to be filming it, which maybe that affects my position because I'm filming so much, but I want to film it. I want to sort of, for me, this is a fantastic World Championships, and it's more about sort of raising awareness as it is about sort of doing well in it. Well, obviously I want to do well, more of that in a second, but yeah, I want to film it. I want to turn it into a YouTube film. So you're going to have a lot of content over the next couple of weeks. I'm not promising I can get it out quickly, but I will be sort of getting content out that shows sort of all around the weekend and also the event itself. So that's sort of the expectation. So when you finish, you go over the line, and it's the next day they will announce the winners, because they've got to count up all the points you get for all the trash, etc., and your sort of your GPS track and things like that. So you'll actually get the notification on the Sunday. So on the Sunday we get the presentation, see who the winner is. So what is my expectation? You find a fridge, you win. It's as simple as that. So it's brilliant, because it means anyone can win. I could come last place or I could come first place, just depending on the trash I find. So it's all about, it's going to be, a lot of it is going to be about luck, which I think is just wonderful, because it means that everyone's got a chance who competes. So if everyone's got an equal playing field, obviously you can increase your chances. So yeah, instead of getting a 3% chance of winning, you can maybe push it up to a 4% or 5% chance of winning, based on things that you know and your skills and your fitness. So I think, without blowing my own trumpet, I think I'm at the top. I think I'm near the top. Maybe I'm not the top in terms of I'm not going to be the fastest. I'm going to be competing against 30-year-olds and things like that, who are sort of probably going to be a lot fitter, used to the altitude and things like that. But there are skills that I've got that means that I think I can be a bit more wily in terms of sort of the trash collecting, which I think will sort of help my sort of standing. I've also got that endurance base that I think is pretty good. So I think I can do well. I think I've got as good a chance of winning as anyone else. I think I've got a great chance of doing really well, but I am going there completely, unashamedly to win. I really want to come home and say I'm the world plogging champion. That's what I want. And I think if I have a little bit of luck on my side, I could do it. But I could easily come last. It's just one of those things. So, but I'm in it to win it. I'm not going there to do anything other than just give my best performance. If someone beats me, they beat me because they deserved it, and that's the whole thing. And I just want to sort of give a good standing for myself and try and get that. I think it will be amazing what I could achieve if I can sort of just put world champion plogger on my bio. So yeah, I'm going to win it. I'm not going to sort of say anything else. I'm going to go with the sun behind me now, so you probably won't see it, but otherwise I'm going to be walking miles away. So much for a short video. Anyway, so that's it. It's all next week. I had a bit of a problem with the flight, so I was all due to fly out on Friday morning. Now I've had to sort of get another flight because it got cancelled and pushed out. Too late for me to compete, so I'm going to have to sort of catch a train to Brussels, and then from Brussels catch a flight to Turin. So I've had to sort of reschedule everything, which has been a bit of a drama. So it means I'm going to be starting ridiculously early on the morning on Friday. But yeah, I'm really excited about it, and I'm just really just so thrilled about it. So let's see how it goes. Anyway, I'm going to carry on plogging. I've just got about another 6 kilometers to go and I'll be home, so it's only around sort of a 17-18 kilometer run today. And yeah, so stick around and we will I'll see you in the next videos. Oh, one video I might drop during the week, depending on the quality, it's actually related to the fact I'm collecting all these single-use plastic drink bottles, and that's I've been asked to give a little bit of a speech on a bus at night. I don't know if I could be able to film it very well, but I'm going to give it a go. So if that works out well, then you might get an extra thing. So this is for Dopper, the reusable drink bottles, water drink bottles that are just so awesome that I have a lot of associations with. So they've got a launch of a new event as part of their secret event, as in SEA, secret, nice pun. So I might be able to sort of just drop an extra couple of videos this week based on that if it turns out okay, but it might all be in the dark because it's on a bus at night, so I can't promise anything. Anyway, so stick around, enjoy it, subscribe, like, leave comments, etc. So let's get cracking. It's so beautiful here. Boom.